Hey there! Welcome to Lesson 3 of Module 1. In this lesson, we're going to review some tips and tricks for a successful program experience. Specifically, 3 tips to ensure the most successful program experience possible. These are scheduling it, avoiding a time when traveling, and grabbing a friend or accountability partner. Let's get into the first one, scheduling. I know, this sounds quite obvious, but stay with me here. The truth is, life gets busy. I'm not going to lie. I know personally, I have to put everything in my calendar. If something's not in my calendar, it's simply not going to happen. My brain just can't keep track of it all. Yes, even put clothes in the dryer goes in there sometimes. It may sound ridiculous, but I know if I write it down and set a reminder, then I have extra free brain space to make other important decisions in my life. So I want you to go ahead and plug this program into your calendar now. Open up your agenda, your planner, your phone calendar, and plug it all in, including your start dates and end dates. I want you to plug in the start date and end date for your 3-day gut reset, as well as your 23-day program. Also, add in the start date of your reintroduction phase. All of these dates have been outlined for you in the Healin Guts and Shakin Butts course roadmap, available in your online portal. This program requires you to think differently, act differently, and shift away from unsupportive habits. To keep it fun and social, consider scheduling in these swaps: tea dates over coffee dates, juice and smoothie dates over happy hour, workout and yoga dates over bottomless brunch, even host a Healin Guts and Shakin Butts approved dinner party. Don't worry, the hand cookbook has you covered there. Do this over your typical Friday pizza night. It will help to connect with friends that share your same values here. So schedule some of these friend get-togethers in this week. Put them on your calendar. This will give you things to look forward to throughout your journey, aside from, feeling and looking amazing. You never know what kind of positive influence you will have on someone else while you're at it. Other things to pencil in today. I want you to schedule one day each week to meal prep a few staples for the week. This is incredibly helpful, more so than you think. Having a few staples ready to go that you can pick and choose from makes a huge difference. The chances of you eating a salad if you already have everything washed and chopped is much higher than if you have to get out all of those ingredients, wash them, dry them, chop them, and assemble them. Remember, we want to make this whole experience as easy on ourselves as possible. Try scheduling in one day per week to maybe try a new recipe. Schedule your grocery shopping days. This will likely be most handy the day of meal prepping or the day right before. You can also try scheduling in time for reflection. One time a week, one time a day. It's really up to you. We often don't have the time. We make the time for what matters. Truth is, there's never a perfect time to do anything. Most of us are juggling a million things at a time. We're putting an end to the "I'll start tomorrows" right now. You've joined this program and committed to yourself. Honor that commitment. Make the time. Number 2, if possible, avoid a time when you're traveling. Since this program requires omitting a few food groups to accurately identify what works and doesn't work within your unique body, it is much easier when done in your routine without big events or travel plans. Is it possible to complete while traveling or at a friend's wedding? Absolutely. But that just means that you'll have to pull up your bootstraps a little more and exercise more control. Can you do it? Of course. But whenever possible, it's best to make it easiest on ourselves. Tip number 3, grab an accountability partner. The American Society of Training and Development found that people are 65% likely to meet a goal after committing to another person. Their chances of success increase to 95% when they build in ongoing meetings with their partners to check in on their progress. 95%, you guys. Let's do it. Some examples of an accountability partner could be someone else in the hand fam, which you can connect with through the Facebook group, a family member, a friend, a spouse, and of course, me. I've got your back, but it's also great to check in with someone regularly. You came here to grow. Set yourself up with the conditions to do so. Okay, this wasn't on the initial slide, but I want to touch a little bit on motivation. Only you can change your life. No one can do it for you. So, how do we keep the motivation high? Tip number one, check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How do we feel when things go right? How were your symptoms before you started? How are they now? Take a moment to notice the positive outcomes that your hard work has manifested. You have made this happen. This momentum is worth keeping. Don't throw away all of that hard work. We often overlook the good things going on in our lives, yet when something goes wrong, our entire world is consumed. So it's nice to check in and see how we feel when things go right. So, why do I say all this? I can't tell you how many times I've worked with someone and their symptoms have gotten so much better throughout the process, and they aren't really giving themselves credit or really even noticing. You know what? What we do notice is the bloating, the acne, the skin rashes, the bad conditions, the sleepless nights, the pants that don't fit. Those things catch our attention. But when we feel good and energized and vibrant, we kind of just scoot it under the rug and forget about it. I want you to check in and notice these good things that are really happening throughout this process. This will keep you motivated. Tip number two, rediscover your why. What made you take on this program? Maybe you want more energy to play with your kids. Maybe you received some bad news from your doctor and had to make a change. Maybe you're carrying some extra weight that just isn't serving you and you decided it was time to get rid of it. Your why is the foundation of everything you do. Rediscover your unique why. It's going to be different for each one of us. Let this why carry you through this next month and even the many, many months after that. The next tip, automate some staples. Truth is, we simply cannot rely on motivation and willpower alone. If these were our only tools to get where we want to be in life, we would be exhausted. It helps to automate a few consistent things in our lives that we know support our goals. We've tested them out, we enjoy them, and they work. We can all suffer from decision fatigue, especially surrounding food. We have to decide what to eat every single day, multiple times a day. We can decrease energy expenditure and brain power by simply automating some of these things, decreasing the number of conscious decisions we have to make daily. So think about it. What should you automate? Here are a few ideas of habits to automate. The hand morning power smoothie. Don't worry, more information on this is coming. Maybe some workout classes a few days a week. I know personally, I attend the same workout classes each week. It just helps keep me on schedule. I don't really give myself the option, unless, of course, I'm not feeling too well. But I know that on certain days of the week, I head to the gym and I go to that class. And you know what? It just helps me get it done without even thinking about it. Maybe another habit to automate would be being in bed every night by 10 p.m. Sometimes it's best to just not really give ourselves the option. When we don't, it becomes a healthy habit that supports our overall goals. Maybe it's 30 minutes of reading each day or each night before bed. Maybe it's drinking a huge glass of water first thing in the morning. Make these things your non negotiables. These are things that you will do routinely without much thought that support your goals. Don't budge on these unless absolutely necessary. Prioritize yourself. These will start to just happen, allowing you to maintain a holistically healthy life and get you one step closer to your goal. Next tip, give yourself a break. We are often so much harder on ourselves than we would ever be on others. It's so easy to engage in that negative self talk in a space where no one else can hear us. We can totally set unrealistic expectations for ourselves. Sometimes it's nice to take a step back and think, would I expect this from anyone else that I love and admire? The truth is, we're human. We're not perfect, and trying to be is a lose-lose game, my friend. Appreciate the work that you are putting in to better yourself. When you fall down, hop back on that horse and keep on moving. You are powerful, beautiful, and totally capable of accomplishing your dreams and making it successfully through this program. Next tip, shift the narrative. This is something that I just love talking about, and I talk about it often. So often we think of eating well and living well as punishment for doing something bad or, harshly wanting to lose weight or needing to get better in a sense. Making bad food choices, maybe drinking too much, indulging, which isn't even a word that I really like. We have to be really good this week because we were bad this weekend. something like that. I'm over it. Let's be clear, eating well is not meant to be punishment, and it does not have to be dreadful or difficult. How can you change your mindset, your most powerful tool, so that you can see the experience of eating well, completing this program successfully, fueling your body properly, and prioritizing your own health as more enjoyable? I mean, what is better than supporting this body that supports you day after day after day? What's better than feeling healthy and comfortable in your own skin, or having loads of energy and sleeping well? No more pushing through each day just trying to simply get through. You deserve more than that. Drop the resistance. Just let it feel good. And know this: you are worth it. You are worth the meal prep time. You are worth the 10 minutes that it takes to meditate. You are worth a night staying in to recover from a long week. These things allow you to show up as the best version of yourself for you and all of those around you. In the next lesson, you'll learn why gut health is so important, diseases that are linked back to gut health, and how the gut and the immune system are basically one and the same. Gut health is the foundation and focus of this program, so we're going to get into a little bit of science in the upcoming lessons. I'll see you then.